welcome back. Today, well actually I guess I did it last night, but I took the fenders off. I'm trying to get some rust out from under there, so, because like it's an older car, so I'm trying to find rust to get rid of now at this point, because I'm going to be basically putting a whole different front end on this car. Terry's got a new bumper to throw on, and then the fenders from his car are going to go on this, and maybe his hood as well. So I might as well bring it down, try to find rust, and clean it up, right? So, welcome back. That's what I'm doing. So I pulled off the fender, and as you can see, started to clean up some rust that I have found. Haven't gotten it all yet, obviously, but I am getting it done. Got the other side off as well. This is the side with the damage. You can't really even see it, but like that's bent, and so is that. As you can see, it's pushed right in. But yeah, I'm gonna take care of any rust that I see. Oh, look at this. I wanted to show you this. The intercooler was busted open. You guys knew that. Look at all the oil from it. The inner side of the fender is the exact same. That's all oil. But better to get it now, right? Okay, I'm back. As you can see, got the torque converter off. That's it here. It's held on with 3 nuts on the back side. Okay, to this plate. Okay, which this plate with 6 bolts is mounted with 2 washers, one on each side of this plate, to the block, to the crank, and that's the dust shield. So she's off. Besides the shifter linkage and whatnot, like the gauge cluster in there, oh, and some wiring, there's not much left that's automatic about this car. So what's next? I pulled that piece out as best as I could, so it's nowhere near the jug anymore, and straightened out this piece as best as I could for now. And I got some rocker guard and such, just testing out which one I want to use. I got a high build and a regular build, so I'm just seeing which one I want to use on the inner rails here to clean up all of that, and I'm gonna go from there, because I still got a bunch of rust I gotta clean out of there. And then I'm basically gonna coat this whole area. Not sure if I'm gonna do the inner rail. I want to, at least the lip. I just don't know if I'm gonna do this area yet. But yeah, I'm basically doing all this on both sides. There we go. Coated as much as I could. Left it on that side, like I said I was going to for now. I also left this corner here, but I got into as many crevices as I could for now. This is only first coat, mind you. Some of it's starting to dry. As it dries, you'll see some spots that, need a little bit more. I'll take care of those. But for now, she looks a lot better. Took my wire wheel and cleaned up that and that. Primered them before I did this. So as you could see, when I put the fender back on, I really don't have to worry about. Alright, so I'm back, and I don't know if you could tell, but I missed a couple spots, which is fine. I only put on 1 coat. A couple random areas. I don't know if you can really see it too well. It's like a big strip. But yeah, just the first coat, so. It's kind of bad in the video. Wow. In the video it looks a lot different. However, this is not that bad. That looks a little better. There you go. All that is just surface rust now. I'm going to get it down to that quick with a wire wheel. Man, it's cold in here. And I'm just going to give it do one coat here. When it dries, I'm going to do a second coat all the way around. Alright. Second coat's on. Looks pretty good. Calling it quits for tonight on this side. I'm probably going to go clean up the other side. Maybe give it a couple coats for the night, but that's about it. Alright. So as you can see, second coat's done and dry. Got everywhere that I could. And to make sure everything still lines up proper, I've already mocked up this fender. It's all bolted, every bolt's in. Lines up really well. Don't get me wrong, I'm taking it back off. I'm going to clean up that part of if I use these fenders, I'm cleaning up that part. Because as you can see, it has some rust, and that's on both sides, so. But, door doesn't rub or anything. It's lined. She's good. So, that's where I'm leaving it for now. But thanks again for joining me. That's, I think, part, what, 4 or 5? I don't even know. But we'll get back on it soon. I think now's the time where I'm going to get Terry to get some parts for her so we can get her back up and running. We are going to be doing some body work to her too, because there's some spots that we want to take care of before they get any worse. Where is it? If you can see it. Just some little things. And she's going to be perfect. I am now probably going to get under the car and take that out, because that's really all that's left of the automatic. I got all that crap out there, and then if we go over to the other side, the axles are already out, so I mean, she's getting there. I've done a lot of work. I went and did a lot of work last night, but my phone died and I just didn't want to stop. It was way too late. Like literally, I stayed up till about 5 in the morning. So I'm going to take you through some of the stuff I did real quick. Alright, as you can see, got a lot of stuff out of the car. Got the shifter, automatic gauges, transmission, and most importantly, the wiring. As you can see, that disconnects from right there. You take out the wipers and you can undo that. Undo some clips and some bolts for the CPUs. One there and one there, and then they come undone. I've got them sitting over here. The horn's attached to the one, but whatever. Keep them in a safe spot because I'm going to probably need one of them. If not, what else? Oh, I put the fenders back on after I did the inside. It's hard to tell, but it's all looking good under there. Both sides. The exhaust has been unbolted underneath, and lots of the interior here, if you could tell, has been taken out. You can see right down to the ground now. Just a couple more things to go, really, and that's about it. But progress has been made. So I went to upload my video the other day and I had a problem. My phone crashed, so I don't have a way to edit and upload it at the moment, because like I said, I do everything on my phone. So I'm going to add this into that video. And I pulled the engine, as you can see. Now the reason I did this is because it started to snow pretty bad in my area, and I don't have enough garage space to have 2 cars in here at a time. So I'm going to get this to be a rolling shell, and I'm going to back it out and store it in the driveway, pull the other car that I'm pulling the engine and stuff out of in, strip it, get rid of it, pull this one back in and load it up. So yeah, just a little update on what's going on. Alright, as you can see, everything's out. I haven't cut anything, and luckily I haven't found much more wrong with the car. Getting this deep into it, you might find a little more, but not really. Just the broken exhaust and broken brake line. But other than that, it's pretty clean under here. I mean, it looks like a mess, but that's only because it's dirty. The engine's also pretty clean. I noticed this though. This line had broken off. As you can see, it's supposed to connect to that little guy down there, and it's still got some hose on the end. So it literally just kind of broke off, which is probably why the engine didn't run right. This is the anti-shutter valve. So, I mean, probably ran a little rougher than what they'd wanted it to. So, yep. Well, I'm here. This looks pretty clean. To be honest with you, this looks like it might have been a highway driven car. Usually when you drive on the highway, it gets a little less clogged up than it would stop and go. So yeah, now that it's out though, it gives me a better chance to actually clean the block, get it all cleaned up and whatnot, ready to go. So there we go. That's the end of this video for sure. I'm gonna get on editing the last part and this part together. So thanks for sticking with me so long. And Happy New Year, guys.